In my last video, I introduced to Power Query, but today we are going to see hands-on how Power Query works by actually working on data sets. So the data set we're working on is a sample business case of a company called TechFlow. They have data coming every month, January, March, February, and everything is being stored in their database. And for each month, we have columns like this: the rep ID, product, the product they sell. For this tutorial, I'll be using Power Query in Power BI. So first off, we're going to connect to our data source, which is get data. Since our data is in a folder on our system, our data source will actually be a folder. So click on folder. So we're going to connect to folder. Now we're going to check for the file path on our PC and click on OK. All right, our data has been loaded, and the next step is to just transform the data in Power Query. We have the folder open in Power Query, and every details about the folder is right here. So click on this to combine the files, and let Power Query do its magic. Click on OK. The tables have now been combined into one comprehensive table. As I mentioned in my last video, I talked about apply steps, and we can see right here. What we're going to do now is to delete this source name as it's no longer needed. So right click, remove. Now this table is not fully clean. We have the date, the rep ID, and our products. But now what we're going to do now is to unpivot these columns. So we'll click on the dates and the rep ID, and we'll go to, we right click and we unpivot other columns. Now we have it in a better format, and we are going to just rename this attribute to product name and value to revenue. As we noticed before, we can see that this revenue column, there are a lot of numbers there, but it's still showing ABC. And if we change data type, it's going to bring out errors. As you can see, error. So we're going to delete this particular step, and what we're going to do is a particular value in our column called pending. We are going to change that to 0. So right click, replace values, find pending, replace with 0. All right, so that has worked out. And for other errors in the column, we want to turn it to no value. We'll click back on the data format and change it to decimal number. Then we right click and we replace errors. So whatever error we have in this column, we want to make everything to replace as null value. The next step is to filter as null, as it's not useful for our analysis and visualization. Now I have a clean table, but one other thing I want to do is in data set, we have another table called sales directory, which are the names of each of these rep ID. So what I want to do now is to combine everything together as one comprehensive table. So I'll click on new source, text or CSV, and get that sales directory. All right. As you can see, the column header is actually the first column. So what we just do is just click on this and we say use first column as headers, and this has been cleaned. So go back to our sales data. We click on merge queries. So we are trying to combine this sales data with this staff directory, and it's on the rep ID staff directory. Then we join also on rep ID. Automatically, Power Query detects the type of join you want to do. So if you have another kind of join you feel you want to do here, you can click on it. But for now, we're going to leave it as it is. Then click on OK. Then we expand the table. Now our staff directly has been merged with our sales data. This rep ID is the same thing as this rep ID. So we're obviously going to just remove the column. Rename this as staff full name and rename this as staff region. Now we have our comprehensive clean data. One other thing I'll do now is, remember when we were loading this data into Power Query, we only loaded for January, February, and March. So let's say we have April data coming in. Instead of having to do everything all over again, we are just going to copy the April data set into this folder, and Power Query automatically detects it. So let's do it. Now we have our data for April sales in our folder. What we need to do now is just to refresh this old data source, and April automatically loads into Power Query. So go back to date and we're going to add a new column, and our column is based, you want to add a month column, name of month, move to the beginning. If you filter, we will see that our AP data is actually loaded. It's now loaded into Power Query. Yes, it is there. So that's the beautiful thing about Power Query. Once you get new data, if it's June, July, August, another month, just put it inside that folder and refresh Power Query, and everything automatically loads into Power Query. You don't have to do it all over again.